Jerome Wright here, and once again you're back with me on my Jerome Wright channel. Okay, in this video I'm back at my first passion, which is decoding art. Okay, in this painting, this painting is actually by renowned artist, Renaissance artist Giovanni, and this is Giovanni and his sons painting. And this is the Judgment of Paris, the Judgment of Paris. So if you Google this image, you go to the Judgment of Paris. It's a 16th century painting, 16th century painting, and is listed with Giovanni and his sons. Now, before I start, I would like to say is that the things that I'm going to show you, these decodings and encryptions in these paintings, we're talking about the 16th century when nothing of the sort should have even been known or privileged to anyone. But yet this artist Giovanni, which is amongst a host of a select few, had an ancient hidden knowledge that actually had this higher knowledge to suggest that they knew who we genetically were, how we were genetically altered, and how we became what we are today. Back then, and for those of you that don't know the significance of this, imagine everything that's going on today. Ailments, cancer, diseases, plagues, famine, all of these things which were created in a cauldron-like way, a cocktail, which calls for change today, are things that were man-made. These are not things that actually came naturally. This was through a man-made design, meaning that there are possible cures for all of this. There are ways to go in and extract a cure based on the knowledge, because there is a grail, a readable grail that shows us how these things were created, how these changes in man were made, and why there are all of these different genes in our body that are being unused. All of this information can now be understood through my discoveries. Giovanni, I want you to take and look first. First of all, people, ask yourself, why is there a bunch of nudity here? This looking like royalty here. Why are these women butt naked with the child down between their legs, reaching out to a butt naked man, and another butt naked man over here at a Zeus looking character that's over here at a jar, tipped over jar, which is reminiscent of the drunken Hercules paintings, or where there are these Zeus like where there's a cauldron or a jar turned over, like if they're drunk, like if they've been drinking. Well, they have been drinking, but not what you're thinking. They're drinking, but not what you're thinking. You know what I mean? So these guys, when you see this is an insinuating of drinking semen. I'll show you that in 1 minute. It's a cauldron change. I'll show you that in 1 minute. All right. Now, also, where all of this is taking place, with its nudity, with these insinuations of sex are going, and this genetic change, there's always a reference of religion. If you look back over here, there's a sister-like character on a mule. This scenario reminds me of Sister Sarah in the Clint Eastwood movie, where she's always riding in on a donkey or so right here. You see this here? And that's another problem that we have here, because a lot of these famous movie plots that we have out in Hollywood today are based on they're mind capturing, because a lot of the producers back then, they took the concept and the ideas of this hidden knowledge and incorporated them in the plot of these movies. And these are why I'm telling you, a lot of these blockbuster movies, like from Steven Spielberg and many of the others that create these wonderful and amazing tales and these plots that are mind captured, it's because it's catering to your imaginative thoughts of something that you are instinctively already linked to, but are unaware of it. You're wondering why am I so attracted to this? Well, they're catering to something in you that they know is in you and is in your mind that you don't even know is there, because of their hidden knowledge. And that's what this big secret about everything is that I am unlocking. All right, here, let's begin with how strange this is. Look at how strange that is. People, this was created back in a time when, artwork was governed over by ancient rooted religion and ancient rooted royalty. In order for this artwork to be created by Giovanni, it had to have their thumb of approval. So when you look at these paintings, it cannot be separated from religion. And not just this painting, paintings globally, all of that. Because ancient rooted religion and ancient rooted royalty had the power. They were the governing police force of our world. They had the power to go out and seek out and destroy not only the artwork, but the artists themselves. So this is attaching everything that is today in religion and all. This is where I'm at with this. So let's go here. These artists use the landscapes. Look at the landscapes, on how these landscapes look. Oddly shaped. And back here, look at this here. These are discussing specific areas and specific people, specific prehistoric creatures, which calls for the genetic coming of mankind. Take here, for example. I'm going to see if I can bring that in closer. I'm going to bring that in and see how much of this I can show you. You can probably Google the image yourself, people, because I'm going to screen against the screen. So it's actually kind of screwed up here. Well, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to try to point it out. I don't know if you can see it. But there's the head of an ape, a melted image of an ape's head right here. Here, I'm at an eye. This is a reptile's face, dinosaur-like face, with this mouth open and its entire city shown inside the mouth of that being. What's more important, what stands out the most, and there's the eye of that creature there, the lizard-like creature, looking like Godzilla, with an ape attaching the side of its head. So where there's the eye here, this is would be the left eye. So where the right eye would be, you will see an ape attaching a lizard. My reptilian ape that I've been ranting on about. Ape attaching a dinosaur. It's telling you from these prehistoric creatures. They're showing you a line, a chain of events, how creatures are being created, which subsequently calls for the likenesses of our Caucasian counterparts. This is what this is all about. The reptilian ape going into apes, going into Africans, going into Egyptians, going into Asians, going into Caucasians. The whole story is there in picture, in art. Now, this creature has his mouth open. Wherever these creatures appear, my mother appears, the mother of creation. Now, I'm going to come in a little closer. I'm going to see if I can pan in. I know that this is a little blurry here. I'm going to see how close can I get in here to. I might distorted it too much. Where are we at here? I don't know. How much is... You're probably going to have to Google this image, people. Let me point here. Right there. Can you see a green face right there? There's a dome-like building right here that looks like a temple. Alright, right next to that temple. Yeah, you can see the face right there. Alright, let me come in. I'm going to come in a little bit more. There's a green-faced woman there. And guess what she has like on her head? An African afro. You see it right there? Right here. Google the image, and right here I'm going to point the area out for you. Here's the temple right here. There's a green-faced woman right there. Now, which green-faced women appear in mythical history? Medusa, that's the witch, the wicked witch, and the Wizard of Oz, or that image of a witch staring, a chemistry, a cauldron. So we have our witch-like woman, who I dub as the mother of creation, and we have this cauldron. This cauldron is a cocktail, chemistry. What is being changed? There's genes being brewed and being changed and being altered. So this is where this idea and this concept of this witch and her kettle originates from. A reality in what things that took place in reality with mankind's existence. They take it and change it into cartoons and give it to your children. Now, there's a temple here. When you Google the image, look there. This here is the head of a Godzilla-like creature representing our lizard. The mouth is open and this entire city back here is shown in the mouth of that creature. There's a reptilian ape off to the side, and it's showing you a chain of genetic events of these creatures, which calls for not only our initial existence, but why these people appear the way they do. And that's why they appear in this image like this. Is so bizarre and unusual. Naked women, naked men, and you have clergy officials coming to join in on this. A fucking menage a trois of genetics engaging in sexual acts because they couldn't do it medically back then. They had to do it by engaging each other sexually. And this is the reason why in religion today you have a high number of molestation of little boys amongst the male figures, but I guess the women figures in nuns in the nuns convents and monasteries, women keeps the best secrets, but I guess they can keep, you don't hear of nothing like that there because it's being suppressed. But I bet you as my discoveries unfold and as a lot of these things, these groups, these ancient rooted groups start collapsing, you will see people coming forward and telling of their stories. Like Sister Dorothy, I believe it was, it's Sister Dorothy, where it's a confession of a nun. And that's a video that I have here too. You actually have to see it, where she's discussing how all of this was taking place, on how the bishops were coming in and impregnating the nuns, and the babies were being killed by the mother of these monasteries. She would look them in the eyes and put her fingers up their noses and cover their mouths to cut off the circulation, looking for certain babies, miracle babies, so they can actually put into these orphanages or give to the kingships and queenships and raise as well. They can't give you miracle babies in this sense in this day because we're not buying it. So what they do is they send these children off to be raised by other people. Yeah, this is what's going on, people. Yeah, this is what's happening. Now hold on though. I'm gonna go back to this Giovanni picture because I want to show you. I'm on 12:55. I gotta end this video. Okay, the next thing I want you to go look for is at this cauldron right here, at this guy. I only have a few minutes. Where we at? Here. This jar that he's on, you know what this is representing? Testicles. This is representing testicle and semen spilling out of the testicles. The penis, his leg is folded up. There is a big dark penis. In fact, this penis looks like mine. Right here. You see that? And the head is right there. Hold on. I gotta hurry up because I'm going to run out of time. Alright, hold on. Here, this dark brown area right here. There's a penis. It even has the head right there. Right there. Okay? So go to this image. There's a penis. With the head and all. I mean, it cuts off where the foreskin is. There's the head. So what does a penis attaches? The testicles. That jar is a representation of the testicles. He's laying on the jars telling you that he's bridged over that dark skin, that penis of color. You know what that means? People of color, he's genetically bridged over with. To genetically further themselves genetically from that group of people. And this is how Caucasians were created, through this chemistry and this cocktail, which I knew how it started from the beginning. I believe I have to end this video there. Right here at his leg. Oh gosh, can I get this in? Yeah, okay, here. There's a head, a skeleton of a dinosaur here, with the point coming out of his head and the point is sticking up towards the back here. Look here and you'll see the skull of this dinosaur-like creature. I'm almost out of time. There's his mouth, there's his nostrils, there's his eye, and there's the points, the spikes on his head. And on the other side, there's another dinosaur. I have to go, people. I have to stop this video now or it won't go.